next Roguelike Rumbles. For this session 0, I shall be running it, but we will introduce you not only to your players, but also to your dungeon master for the evening. If you've watched any of the Rumbles before, you may know me in my main persona, which is Lady Destiny, the Sorceress Supreme of the Roguelike Rumbles. I will not be running this Rumble. We have another most magical dungeon master to take on the running of the actual event. But for today, I am here for your introduction to our heroes. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen a Rumble before, the Roguelike Rumbles are a legendary tournament of champions that take place in the realm of Las Asimas, a magical place so similar to our own, but just a little different. And there is every adventurer's favorite tavern, the Roguelike Tavern. And in the basement, the deep bowels beneath entrenched stone of the Roguelike Tavern, is a massive magical arena where these tournaments take place. And here, the Synod of Sorcerers, some of the most powerful mages in all of Las Asimas, come together to design gripping, terrifying, horrible, magical, surprising, epic battlefields. So, once a month or so, once a full moon, as it were, 4 heroes will be brought into the arena to fight to the death. And only one is left standing. The one who is left standing will be rewarded with a champion's coin, a gold pin that denotes them a winner of the Roguelike Rumbles. And they are marked with the reputation of a hero, of someone who's able to take on the most dangerous and compelling quests in all of the realm, which, can help with the job security kind of thing. Because it's definitely a higher-verse market these days. There are a lot of heroes in Las Asimas. But let's get ready to meet our next 4. Could you all please roll a d20 and just straight up and down, let's see who gets the highest roll.
I got a 15.
Woo.
13.
13.
Oh, hey.
16.
Oh.
Ooh. All right. My 2 13s.
Yee.
Roll again.
Okay. 12.
12.
One more time.
Wow.
Let's go for 11.
Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again.
Do it.
10.
19.
There we go. All right. Well, we'll count
But
you
this
as
one goes to 11.
Yeah.
We'll count you as a 14, though, since you didn't originally have the highest roll. So, starting kind of naturally, I believe, with perhaps one of the more local entrants for today's competition, Jawny Venom of the Hazelwood Hills, Star Maker Extraordinaire. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Jawny Venom. I don't have a lot of time. I got a couple calls I got to take. But yeah, I guess I'm here. I guess I'm going to try this thing. All these other people, they make it look pretty easy. So I feel like I can just get in there and do my thing, rise to the top, and show everybody how it's done.
Wonderful. So you roll up, I assume in a very expensive horse-drawn carriage, to the Roguelike Tavern. I'm clearly going to pop back out to take some calls before the battle itself. Don't worry, you'll have a green room for that. But when you come into the bar, it's nearly empty. There's just a blue-haired tiefling behind the bar, kind of cleaning it off, getting things ready. And she very kindly calls out, "Can I get you a drink? Do you need anything?"
Yeah, I'll take a top shelf whiskey neat.
Awesome. So she pours that for you. Could you please describe who she sees?
Absolutely. Wearing a remarkably enough snakeskin business suit. I'm really setting the bar high for myself. I probably will not have that. But in this, he is wearing a snakeskin business suit and kind of a like a bright red tie, slicked back hair, and sort of like very just very slick looking all over. A light green tinge to his skin tone, and he has these kind of freaky snake pupils, and when you do get the chance to see his tongue, he does have a forked tongue.
Oh, amazing. So you take a seat at the bar, you're poured your whiskey. Was that neat or on the rocks?
It was neat.
Wonderful. Whiskey neat, and you are the first to arrive as you are waiting for your contract meeting with Salida, the manager of the Rumbles. Close on your heels, though, is another new player for this time. Also, you came a little bit of further distance. Madeliene, or rather, I should say, Chadriel. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sup, bro? I'm Chadriel. I'm like so stoked to be here, bro. I'm a student. I'm undergraduate at Los Alamos University. And I'm majoring in business with a minor in sociology because my mom says it's good to like be well-rounded. But I'm here because like I'm part of like a frat, and my buddy Matt, who's like my best friend in the entire world, he was like, I don't think you can win. And I was like, oh, bruh, I can so win this thing. So anyway, I'm here to prove Matt fucking wrong. And I'm also here to have like a great time.
Awesome. So how did you get here? Quite literally. So you're driving up from, I think it was the Universitas Classical of Los Alamos?
Yeah. I had my dad call me an Uber.
Awesome.
Yeah, it had another carriage pick me up.
Oh God, now I have to re-figure out how to shorten Uber a universal begrudging ergonomic ride.
No ride. Why do you think there's a G in Uber?
The Ubeg. Came and picked you up, dropped you off. So as you arrived to the warm, kind of yellow-tinted roguelike tavern you see there, at the bar in his very sleek snakeskin suit, Jawny Venom. If you're familiar with the bar, you might know there's of course the bar towards the back as you're walking in, where also the same blue tiefling waitress is getting things ready. There's also a series of booths and small tables in front, a kind of raised section further off. This is just the actual bar, not the arena where you'll be fighting. Do you go take a seat next to your competitor, or do you sit elsewhere?
To be quite frank, I don't know who I'm competing against, so everyone here is my friend right now, so I'm gonna go up and sit at the bar.
I love that.
Amazing. So, Jawny, you are joined by Chadriel, which, did you give us a physical description yet?
No, I didn't. I Chadriel, I'm about like 5'8", but on all my dating profiles, I'm 6'1". I've been spending a lot of time at the gym lately. I have a buddy named Kevin who's like really into lifting and stuff, and I've been lifting with him. I did bring my own drink. I have a protein shake with me. I got blonde hair, got my little elf ears. I had to borrow some armor from my other buddy Paul, but the Paul didn't really think that fit me, so I'm wearing like a polo shirt and cargo shorts.
So you have Paul's pauldrons?
Yeah, I do.
Pauldrons.
Yeah.
Pauldrons.
Yeah, and then I got like, I think I have a sword. Yeah, I got a giant sword.
Awesome. So as you come in, the bartender greets you. She says, "Oh, hey there. Can I get you something to drink on?"
Nah. I'm good. And I pull out my protein shake and I shake my blender bottle. And I drink.
So those will be welcome down in your green room, but unfortunately no outside food or beverages in the bar itself, if you don't mind. I can get you a water
no,
or
totally.
something.
Ooh. What's the alcoholic equivalent of like a protein shake?
Stout beer, maybe? It's gonna be
Sure, yeah, let's do that. That
Okay,
sounds awesome.
you got it.
That was freaking rad, dude.
So she pours you a thick, dark, strong beer that isn't supporting this game, so we're not going to speak their name, but you know, your favorite dark beer.
Yeah, definitely.
You have that to house, as you will. Third arrival is a more familiar face. Coming from the south side of Los Alamos, a previous competitor ready for their second time in the arena. Cedrik, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello. I am Cedrik. I come from the south, and it seems like there are a lot of people here who continue to move here. I do not understand why. but anything to make sure that my family can keep their home. Too many people are coming and offering too much money where I live to take our homes, though they would not come here after dark. I would like a cup of coffee, please.
So you arrive, and the bartender, being familiar with you, greets you warmly and says, "Oh, Cedrik, I'm so glad you're back to fight again. Here's your coffee, darling. I believe these are actually your two other competitors. I didn't get the name from Salida, but y'all can just introduce yourselves. I'm gonna pop off to the back."
Ah, seems you are from the university.
Yeah, did you go? Are you there?
No.
So that's chill, dude. Are you like from? Are you from like the are you from like University Southern Las Asimas, the rivalry? Gotta.
Oh, you can say it. It is okay. I simply dare you.
Would you mind briefly, in this intimidating moment, to describe yourself for your fellow competitors?
Yeah, Cedrik is 6'4" with 170 pounds, so he's rather slender. And he moves very, like, almost elvishly gracefully for some reason. And in his silver eyes, you can almost see like he's looking elsewhere while looking at you.
I'm sure Chadriel doesn't notice this.
Yeah.
No, don't, bro.
There was a time when people could speak however they wished about the different parts of our wonderful, wonderful province. But that time may be up.
Yeah, sure, dude. Totes. I'm like really excited to meet you, my dude.
You seem to know what time it is. It's very good.
It's like it's 4:56 p.m.
And the other gentleman at the bar.
Yeah, we're gonna get you booked. We're gonna get you in the room, and we're gonna get you sold.
On his stone of far speech.
Okay, sorry. Hey, how are you? Wow, you got a great look.
Love the suit.
Thank you so much. It's mine.
Oh, are you implying it is made of your own?
Yep. You got a move now. And hey,
I mean, technically they do shed, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, of course, I did take it to my tailor because I can't do this.
Heinous. So while the three of you are getting to know one another, seeming to have had a good bit of trouble on the road, which, the drive from Endless Elms, even by fastest carriage or magical conveyance, it is still a tough one. You can sometimes hit those rush hour traffic jams. Kaia, could you please introduce yourself?
So I think, so just like kind of bursting in through the door, kind of a little harried, hair very much askew, standing, when the door opens, you probably don't even see her at first, but then you look down and see like this, maybe 3 feet on a good day, little gnome with pointy ears. She has short, messy hair and freckles all over her face. Very simple kind of clothes, and she does wear a little hooded cloak over it. So she is just sort of, hi, yes, I'm here. Bar. Yes, there is a bar. Great, cool, I found it, I think. And then we'll just go right up to the bar.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, you wouldn't probably see her, because if you've been to the roguelike, it's got that fun little just a little half wall right at the doorway, so she wouldn't even be seen until she comes around that, probably. But as you make your way up to the bar, coming from the back is not the waitress from before, but another fairly short-statured person, a little halfling woman with kind of likewise a kind of messy turn of hair, though hers is swept up into a bun, and those of you who are more keen observers might notice there's a long, thin wand shoved through the hair, holding it in place. And this bustling out of the back room is Salida. She's so wonderful. There you all are. I'm so excited.
Sorry, I'm late. Was working a little bit late, and then you hit traffic because you didn't leave early enough, but you tried, but it's sorry.
You're so fine, dear. I was doing paperwork. It's all right, but we are gonna get this going. So if the four of you would please join me over here, and she leads you to a small back room, very crowded, very cramped, but there are 4 chairs, kind of a messy desk area that she slides behind, and then four chairs just neatly lined up along the wall, which you 4 may fight over as you so see fit. One closest to the door, one closest to the wall. Any preferences on where people sit? This is just my fun psychological game.
Oh, I should stand.
Are any of the chairs shorter than others?
No, they are all equally the same size, to put you kind of on height with the desk.
Then I'm just gonna, I guess, take the 3rd chair and just sit down. My feet don't quite touch the floor, so just kicking.
Wonderful. Who was it that said they remained standing? Was that Chad?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Chadriel. Great. So just standing in like the other corner, I imagine pushing up the biceps. Yeah, great.
Where are we supposed to sit?
Jawny Venom will sit at the chair closest to the wall, but when he sees that one of the chairs isn't being used, he's probably going to pull it over and use it as a little footstool. Just kind of kick back. Put the feet
I
up.
love it. That, I guess, leaves Cedrik with the chair closest to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. So Selena sits behind. She hands each of you a long sheet of parchment and says, now you can go over this at your will or at your leisure, but we will need to have them signed ahead of the game. As a reminder, it will all be magically recorded and transported across the realm so that everyone may, of course, watch the rumble. We do, of course, you'll see down there at the bottom, the death clause. 3 of the competitors must fall in the ring, but we will have our finest clerics and medical sorcerers on staff to resurrect you following the completion of the battle and the declaration of a winner. You will, of course, be compensated decently for your time. You'll each get, your own little green room to prep and get ready in, and if you need a snack or a water or something, we will happily bring that to you. Again, you are all obligated to fight to the death. That is the most important thing of note. And hopefully you will earn yourself the love and adoration of sponsors to equip you with more things to aid in your battle this evening. So you can just read all of that at your leisure, but just do make sure you sign that before you enter the ring. It is necessary. In the meantime, are there any questions for today's endeavor? Otherwise, yes, was that Chadriel?
Yeah, I'm Chadriel. Can my buddies come into the green room with me?
Oh no, absolutely not. There will be no guests behind the scenes whatsoever. But I do believe we have your 4 comp tickets, so they can get those front row seats that you requested.
But what if they're like they're not guests? They're buddies. They're different.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Our bugbear bouncer, you might have noticed on your way in, he is going to be very strictly pay attention to our guest policies, and there will be no guests of any kind at any time in the green room or back areas of the arena. Okay, that's in your contract as well. It's in paragraph 17, column B, I. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just having my dad look at it, but okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just so long as it gets signed before tonight, that's all. But otherwise, your sorcerer for this evening is actually one of our finest. You're getting just an absolute brilliant mage. Not that any of our mages are less brilliant than others, although some of them were just very recently booted from being interns up to the. Yeah. I don't even think you really need to roll for that one because it won't. Those who have, well, I guess let me ask this: are you someone who has watched a rumble before? Whoever rolled, no, sorry. The insight check. Have you watched a rumble before?
I think I would never have seen one live, like in person, but I do think any sort of like broadcast or announced.
Magically syndicated.
Magically syndicated things. I think, yes, I've watched them, when I have time off from my unpaid apprenticeship.
Well, speaking of, in recent times, there have been certain advancements of interns, like Chad the Destiny Lad and previous winners of the Rumbles, certain Bloodletter the Undying Goliath, have been recently elevated to master sorcery positions. And whether or not they were successful is kind of a you decision if you think they earned their place in the ring or not. Although going back to the other person not yet in the room, Lemar, would you mind, for our audience's sake more than anything, would you mind describing yourself and your position in the Synod of Sorcerers?
Seeming to be walking in with a strong walk of legs landing on the ground with such purpose and arms swinging equally. You see a large orc man with slick back hair of salt and pepper looks, dressed in a long red robe, busting in and looking around and going, "I'm looking for people to be in the rumble."
Darling, there you are. Speak of the devil, the mage himself, Vex McHanon. This is going to be your dungeon master for the evening, your sorcerer of the Synod. Lady Destiny is taking her summer vacation, but don't worry, Vex is one of our most accomplished and magical mages. So I guess if you're here, darling, we'll just all swan on down to the training room and let these four show you a little bit of what they can do.
Good.
So you all follow the tiny twinkling steps of Salida and the thudding heavy footfalls of Vex McHanon as the two of them lead you through the bar, through another doorway, down a winding stone stairway, and as you descend, the air gets cooler but not staler, although there is a, maybe for some of you more than others, I nod to Cedrik here, a familiar scent of blood and sweat and just pure adrenaline. But you don't descend all the way down to the arena. About halfway down, you're taken through another doorway and into a kind of a workout space of a kind. Padded floors, padded walls. And as you step into the room, Salida reaches, she pulls the wand out of her hair and just gives a little flick, and a little straw man pops out of the floor, just jaunty, 2 sticks across for arms and a stick up and down, a little bobbling head. Perfectly happy little straw man right in the middle of the room. And she will, of course, also flick her wand over and draw up an appropriately sized and comfortable chair for Vex to take a seat in. As she says, well, now we're going to have just a little skills demo so that, of course, your host of the evening can see what magical challenges he might need to put before you. And also so that, and she points up to a kind of blinking little magical device in the corner of the room. This is also being recorded so that the audience at home can get a little taste of your flavor. Who would like to go first? Is that Cedrik? Would you like to lead the way, being a return competitor?
Well, I think our friend Chad should lead the way. They seem to be very eager.
Oh, bruh, that's so nice of you. You sure?
Yes.
Wow.
Please.
That's so cool. And just on the back, you're such bruh. Oh my god. No, if you find yourself on campus, let me know, okay? We're gonna have the wildest night.
He smiles. Thank you.
Oh, he pounds it so hard. He's like, oh yeah. So great. Okay. Whew.
I heard that crack. Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Chadriel, the straw man is yours. How would you like to attack him?
That's a great question. Chadriel is going to channel divinity to make him a peerless athlete. As a bonus action, you gain the following benefits for 10 minutes. You have advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks. The amount you can carry, push, drag, and lift is doubled, and the distance of your long and high jumps increases by 10 feet. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to jump over to the straw man in a single bound. How far away is it? I should have asked before.
From you, like right now, maybe 20, 30 feet. Not far.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going to walk like 2/3 of the way, then jump the rest. And I'm going to do kind of like a simple, like, take my great sword and be like, this is kind of like what my like brothers taught me, and kind of like the magic comes from brotherhood. Anyways, I'm just gonna hit it. It's gonna be real freaking fucking cool. And then I'm gonna roll to attack with my great sword.
Amazing. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta pause real quick. There you go. All right, so you leap in a single bound up to the straw man, and then
I'm gonna roll attack with my greatsword. I'm really happy I get 2 attacks. First attack was an 11, and that's gonna be 2d6 plus 3 slashing damage. So I'm gonna hit it for 13 damage if I hit. It hits. Am I safe to assume that it hits?
it hits, yeah, unless you
Okay.
had rolled a miserable failure. This is a
Yeah.
straw man, not going
It's
anywhere.
perfect. So that first hit is 13 slashing damage, and then second hit, I hit again for, oh my god, I have to do math. 8 slashing damage, and it just, yeah, it's pretty just like a cool
Hack
man,
and
right?
slash, and I'm kind of imagining basically like cross section bisecting this little straw guy.
Yeah.
It cannot withstand the might of Chadriel's sword.
No.
So as
And I
it
just
falls
drop
apart,
and do push-ups.
amazing. Selita is just giving little applauses. She's like, "Oh, wonderful! Look at that, Vex. That's swordsman." Well, he seems maybe impressed.
I like what I see.
There we go. Okay.
Joe, thank you so much, bro. Oh my god. No. Stop.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, let me just put that back together. And she gives another little flick of her wand, and the straw man puts itself back together. Well, that was just spectacular. Who would like to go next?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, great. Kaia, go for it.
So Kaia looks at the straw man, who's again probably taller than her, and then just sprints and leaps into a dive roll. While doing so, pulls out their weapon of choice, which I've decided is a tankard, and is going to leap up and smash it in the head with said tankard, and then is going to use a key point for flurry of blows to a couple more smacks.
Right? Go ahead.
I will roll.
Yeah, just give us an idea of if you fail or not.
Well, the first one was a 4, so maybe. Oh dear.
It's a little taller than you were expecting, so you just didn't quite jump high enough. Maybe you give him a good smack at what would have been the waistline, but he's a straw man.
You know, it is okay. That's fine. But technically I have 2 more attacks. So, second attack is worse. Fudge. Nuggets, this die hates me now.
Oh,
Why don't you
dice.
like me? One last time, because it's flurry of blows. And that's a 16.
Wonderful. So 2 whiffs in a row, and you kind of panic.
And I imagine like the
falls.
last one, she's just like on the ground. It's like, nope, and then it just pops straight up with an elbow.
Amazing, perfect. And then do you have anything to roll the damage with on that, just to see how? I'll roll damage for you.
Definitely have dice near me that I
that's
didn't
good.
get a d6. Because
How,
that would be
how many rolls of the d6?
it would be 1d6 plus dexterity for the 1 hit, I believe.
Ooh. So we'll call that an 8. Imagine you're a fairly dexterous person.
That would be hopefully.
Hopefully. I didn't tell you to have all of the dice ready. It's fine.
Sorry.
No. Again, listen. But anyway, so you all watch as the tiny little drunken monk with a tankard as a weapon, whiff, but then gives up on the tankard itself. Is a wonderful flying leap and an elbow straight to what would be the neck joint between the little bobbling head and the body of our little straw man. And the head just pops right off. Because again, it's a straw guy. He don't take much damage before he falls apart. And with this, again, Selita gives her little claps and goes, "Now see, you did it!"
Yeah.
And we love having our martial artists in the ring, fighters and monks. Oh, everybody else better beware. They are dangerous. She gives another little wave of the wand. Head fastens back on. The few straws you had tufted out of place on your whiffed attacks fly back into his body. Well, that just leaves us 2 competitors. So I guess, Jawny, wouldn't you mind going next?
Yeah, sure. Let me just step on up here, and he pulls out this tablet that he's got with a bunch of fine holes drilled through it, his star map, but also his communication device. And he pulls it out and kind of just starts to channel it. And as he starts to channel it, he begins to take on like a starry form, like starting to look like a constellation, just like little stars at like main joints and parts like that. And as he kind of approaches the he's fairly far from the straw man, but he just kind of starts like moving some things on his stone tablet, and then he starts like adjusting it, and then he brings it down, and it kind of gives it a little press, and golden white light shoots out of it in the straw man's direction.
Spectacular. Roll on the tech for me.
Yeah, it is guiding bolt.
This feels like I'm coming out of a magical astrolabe, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's a magical blackberry. It is it's a 9.
Well, that ain't gonna do it. Despite being an unmoving straw man, I feel like you just shoot at the space between neck and arm, and it just goes firing off the back wall, and you knock a few, rusty blades that were hanging off the wall back there. And Selena kind of looks at it and goes, well, dear, this is what happens when we're distracted magic casters. Would you like to give that a second try?
Yeah. Let me just hold on. Something didn't go right. Let me just obviously try this again, and then he is going to try again. And that is an 11 for the main attack, but then there is like a second little star that appears in his other hand, and he's going to try and chuck that one as well with his bonus action.
Amazing.
And that is a 24.
That'll do it. So kind of like a ninja star, or like a star being thrown like a ninja star?
It's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame stars. It's like those stars.
Right.
Except it is covered in a golden light.
Amazing.
So like when they're new.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very new Walk of Fame star.
Fresh one. I imagine emblazoned with your own name.
Definitely.
So when you throw this at the straw man, we're just gonna say you split that baby. I don't even care what the damage is on it, but you magically split it in twain in a sparkling array of stardust. To the great delight again of Selena. She loves everything you guys do. She's your biggest fan. Look at that, Vex! A magic caster.
What I call star power. Woo!
I love that. I've seen your posters advertising for talent. Or at least the one. Maybe that wasn't you, Jawny. Never mind.
Sorry, I was Bluetooth. One sec.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm just gonna. You may want to leave those in the green room before you fight.
Try, but I really gotta. There's a lot of people who are counting on me to be available, kind of, whenever. I got a lot of people on my roster right now, and somebody's this close to booking the next play that you're gonna see.
Oh, we'll all look
I
forward.
thought they were on strike.
The cowards are.
Well, they should learn to pay their people.
Wow.
No one should have to work for free.
No.
Agreed.
At least that's what my grandparents tell me.
I feel like you may have just given your competitors more encouragement to destroy you in the ring.
Well, they're gonna need it.
Cedrik, dear, would you like to round us out with a finisher?
I suppose.
She'll of course restore the straw man for your destruction.
And Cedrik takes his wizard staff, draws a picture of a clock in the air. Ref any magical anime series here, and the hands of the clock form a skeletal hand that reaches out and grabs the scarecrow.
Ooh, cool.
And it does 1d8 damage. So let's see here. 9 and 3. However, when I take a look at that particular, I see that it's going in a direction, and this is hard to describe because what you guys would see is just a little wagga 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 as a chronal shift happens.
Oh, I'm so happy.
A little time loop action as you.
And I jump to the left, and then I step to the right. I put my hands on my hips. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, and then the hand shifts direction and squeezes the entire straw man, because it is about 3 feet in length, made from skeleton. It's a skeletal hand, and I look over and say, "I guess your time is up," and it snaps the straw man in half.
Oh, that's so exciting! Oh, Cedrik, you've been working on some new tricks. I'm so excited.
That was cool.
I try never to make the same mistake more than once. I prefer making many different mistakes.
Well, I can't make promises, but I don't think also that inviting treants into the arena is going to be something that happens under Vex's watch. So I think you'll also be good on that front as far as the battlefield itself is concerned. But Vex, what do you think about our heroes?
Very interesting. Very interesting. A fighter, a dexterous one that has a mean elbow. Problems in the Ayatsi, and then Times New Roman. I love it. I can't wait to see how they fare with my own champions.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice Guild and the Warlocks Action Guild both being on strike at this moment.
I know.
And the Bards Guild. Don't forget the Bards Guild.
Bards Guild. The
Artificers
Artificers are about to go on
Guild.
strike.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The illusion wizards.
Fortunately,
are about
this technically counts as reality TV, so it's non-strike work.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well,
unless
even
the
more so
sorcerers extend a
theatrical.
contract.
Yeah.
We're not under the theatrical. Anywho.
And the poor illusionists are still
Oh,
sanding
too
everything.
real, right? At
They're
the
trying.
At any rate, so Solita cleans up the mess of the straw man and brings you all each to your individual green rooms where you have a few hours to prepare for the battle. Counts as a short rest, so you get any used spells back, and you have a moment to rest and think about the battle ahead. Yes.
Over the time in the green room, I'd like to cast some of my other long-standing spells that I should be casting in the morning when I wake up.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can do so.
Right.
You'll have the time to do anything you need to come fresh and ready to rumble. And we will, in fact, be rumbling live at the Roguelike Tavern Wednesday, the 13th. I have to check. I'm looking at an August calendar. I got to flip my calendar, y'all. September 13th, 8 o'clock Pacific time. We live in the hopes that the streaming will continue successfully as it did for our last Rumble. So we are very much in hope that the stream will also be going out live on the internet that night. And if not, we will, as always, do our best to post a later stream as soon as possible. So thank you to everyone who was watching. We hope to see many of you at the live event to come cheer on our heroes and watch the dastardly doings of our newest dungeon master. Thanks, y'all.